Hello everybody and welcome to World of Tanks. Today we'll be taking a look at 4 unspoken rules of the game that you should follow if you want your name to show up as a wonderful shade of purple in XVM, as well as what tanks you should be playing to accomplish these. So what we're going to start with today is the tanks you should be playing. They should be rolling across your screen right about now. Now that you know what tanks you should be playing to get your stats up, let's take a look at the unspoken rules of the game. Although you may think that armor on your tank is there to protect you from enemy fire, that simply is not the case. Armor exists on tanks in this game for the purposes of slowing down your tank and giving you a false sense of having any hope of bouncing an enemy shell, no matter the thickness or angle of your armor on your tank. The trick I've found around this is to use your team's tanks and the enemy's tanks as an extra layer of armor. Alternatively, you could play a Russian tank and sacrifice your firstborn child to our great overlord Serb. This will grant you one match in which your armor will bounce enemy shells, whether those be premium shells or regular armor piercing. As shown here, in the IS-5, I've sacrificed my time and sanity to Serb, and in return he has given me a shiny Russian heavy tank and the ability to bounce the majority of shots from the enemy team. Gold ammo is one of the most useful things to have when you get stuck between a mouse and a hard place. But who am I kidding? It's not like we use it for that, no. We use gold ammo because aiming is for the poor tankers who can't afford any gold ammo. Take a look at this. I'm in a tier 6 light tank that has effectively a tier 5 gun, and by pressing the 2 key I can now easily penetrate the rear of this E75, a heavy tank 3 tiers higher than me, and by pressing the 2 key I took over 1800 hit points off him in under a minute. Pure skill right there. Take another look at this. Here I am in my Conqueror, and my teammate in the Leopard 1 has just died. I'm now almost alone against 3 enemy tanks. With my skill rounds loaded, I'm able to push on these guys and manage to kill all 3 of them, no problem. Teammates are one of the most underrated resources in World of Tanks, and it is because most of them generally don't know how to play their tanks to its advantages. Despite this, your teammates can still pull off some of the most clutch plays, if they sacrifice enough to serve, of course. Here we are on Himmelsdorf with our platoon mate in the IS-4 and myself in the 215B, and by applying what we learned earlier about armor, I'm able to use him as extra armor and side scrape off him. By using this simple strategy, we were able to retain most of our hit points throughout the battle, which meant we had enough health left to take those 1 or 2 extra shots we needed to be able to pull off this. The final thing we'll be taking a look at is accuracy. Most people think that the lower the accuracy number, the better your accuracy is. And this is true for most tanks in the game, but when it comes to Russian tanks, it's as simple as point and click.